Welcome back. In this update, we are going to be tracking that very large nor'easter. I know I never posted a video yesterday night, but it was very late, and the time I was going to post it was near like 12 at night if I did. So I decided to just do a morning video and really get in depth with this because tonight is the night where this storm will come to fruition with the snow. The rain starts early today in another hour, potentially in my area. But things have changed. A lot of things, potentially now a way bigger wind and not wind, snow side to this than we were expecting, let's say about 3-4 days ago. So the models have changed into pretty much the snowiest solution you can really get with a system that's like this. All right. So, I I never updated my map, but I'm just going to say if I had to, I will now put it in like this. I think this is now a very big possibility. Let me just quickly let me just put this up there. Oh, not this. So pretty much like this now will be the new winter storm map for me. I do think snow line has moved more south than expected and even east. I think even eastern New Jersey could get a coating to an inch in this. Philadelphia might even see some flakes. The I-78 could see some flakes. Things have really changed. I think even up here you can honestly really put that there like that. Yeah, let me just. I shouldn't even be doing this map right now, but you know what I mean here with the map. Yeah, and then yeah, something like this. Maybe if you want to add another line, I wouldn't include New York just yet. New York, I know I have you guys really getting out of this, but I think this is right now the potential snow map where you can at least see a measurable snow, maybe 1 inch or more. But totals have went up for many areas, and we're gonna be talking about that very shortly. This is going to be a longer video because I'm really going in depth because this is the day, this is the snowstorm. And if I do a video tonight, it will be a lot with the radar. Um, it will be a lot of just the updating information. But Scranton, you guys are not under that winter weather advisory, but in the mountains of PA, you guys are under that winter weather advisory for about 2 to 3 inches. Even in the Poconos, potentially up to 5 inches in spot. They did add that in their thing. If we read in this, so snow expected total snow accumulation of 2 to 3 inches expected across the Poconos Plateau with locally higher amounts up to 5 inches possible, with winds gusting as high as 45 miles an hour. So, this has honestly turned into the Poconos' first winter storm of the season and northern PA first winter storm. I would say, like the first actual winter storm where you could say, okay, this was actually the first winter storm. So this is now up in like the border of PA and that New York. They have up to 3 to 5 inches locally higher amounts. So the totals have honestly went up, and they did not have winter weather advisories yesterday. Even New York, upstate New York, under winter storm warnings. Here, if we look at them, They are under for 6 to 10 inches. Winds gusting high as 35. The highest totals will be above 1,500 feet. Vermont, you guys, could be getting hit really hard in this. If we go all the way up into Vermont, let's just go into Vermont. All right, so let's just go to Millbury, right? Millbury, Vermont. Winter storm for 12 to 18 inches. 5 to 12 inches with locally 12 to 18 inches. Gusting high as 45 miles an hour. So pretty big snowfall totals now expected. And this will be a winter storm. Big side of this. This is the AccuWeather. And remember last time we looked at this, they they kept the rainfall the same. Locally 7 as max, 2 to 4 inches. That is a great thing. Wind, they didn't really move anything, keeping it as what we had seen from yesterday with that line of that 40 to 50. Um, Local wind damage, remember, power outages, difficult travel, local wind max up to 85. Um, Same thing with the damaging wind event. But the difference is this map. Through Sunday night now, this has really changed here. That rain to snow, oh, I kind of covered that, reaches now all the way into North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, PA, even the I-78, right next to New York, into Western Mass, New Hampshire, Maine, and up. This is now that line for the rain to turn into snow. They have moved this dramatically since yesterday's video, really adding a lot more people into this rain to snow. You can tell with that low. Honestly, that low is going to be forming down here and be scooping up the East Coast like this. All right, keep that in eye. So, snow, if you're a snow lover, yes, the snow chances have really gone up in many areas, right? Now we're gonna take a look at the models. All right, we're gonna take a look at. Let's just take a look at the brand new her model. Very great model. I love it. Does a very good job sometimes. I won't say all the time, to be honest. So we're gonna take this like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna take into 5 p.m. tonight. You can tell it was raining all day, in many areas across the Northeast. It is now 5 p.m. You could tell already snow starting to impact areas in the Appalachian Mountains, where I'm drawing this circle, and then you could tell it's already some little bits of snow on the radar with the her in the higher elevation right here. And then you can even tell in Tennessee and the North Carolina mountains, more the Appalachians, seeing some of that snow. But this is around 5 p.m. what the radar could look like too close. You can tell we're going to go to 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 p.m. now at night, and yes, it's raining like crazy across Northeast, but you see what I see? That snow is really spreading out now. We got a whole back band of snow really developing on this backside, not just in the mountains, now starting to make it into the valleys. And this, just watch how this thing turns into a monster winter storm for many people across the Northeast. All right. So I said this was around like 8. So we're going to go 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. This is about, okay. I need to go into 12 because it's longer. My bad. But same thing here. This is, closing in on midnight. And look how a lot of these areas in northern PA, central PA, western PA, turned into a full out winter storm now. And it's pretty crazy here. The Poconos dealing with the snow. You can tell the snow really developing here. But this is such a huge winter storm with moderate snow to even heavy snow with the addition of very heavy rain. Then we got the low, a pretty much a boundary type low, not a solid low, going up the East Coast, bringing all this moisture. This is moisture loaded. All right. So we continue, and yes, you can tell that snow does now inch its way. We just go a few more hours. You can tell in the mountains, boom. Let me just draw that. Western Mass. Even now, Eastern Pennsylvania is starting to make it into that snow, that rain switching to snow, even some heavy snow. And you can tell our low pressure is now off the East Coast, um, helping to bring that colder air because it's counterclockwise. So what that low off the East Coast has now done is bring all that rushing cold air even quicker, and it's still enough precip to add into a snow event now. That a few days ago was different. We had this low all the way into like Pennsylvania. So that back end snow was all the way near Erie. But the trend with the models really turned this more into the low off the East Coast, colder air rushing in quicker, and a lot more moisture to be left behind. So you can, let me just, so we continue, and you can tell this even now makes it into New Jersey. We go another few hours, and you can tell already some specks of snow hinting at the radar into Delaware, very south of Maryland, even into, once again, eastern New Jersey, the line, inching its way to New York City, Philly. But look at that snow, very heavy snow is expected with the low really starting to strengthen in the below 1000s. And look at that. That's just cranking, bringing the winds. The stronger that low is off the East Coast, the quicker the snow will come, the quicker the measurable snow will happen further south. But you can tell that continues to move and really strengthen very rapidly once it makes it in um this area right here. Then this low really starts strengthening. You can tell already in the low 900s, like the not in low 900s, low 900s. Willow making a landfall in Rhode Island. Now that's very crazy than a few days ago. So then the winds will really pick up on the backside, 40, 50, maybe even higher in some areas, but very large, winter storm into this now. And the winds will be very aggressive. And same thing with temperatures. It's gonna really, you're gonna see those temperatures go into the upper 50s and then dramatically drop. And it really depends how quickly things will drop. But look at that wind. On that low really starts developing 30, 40, and then that backside with that snow 40 to 50 miles an hour. We go to total snow accumulation. Yes, you can tell a lot of snow. Lots of snow. If we actually inch our way close to the northeast, yeah, even up in the main area of Vermont, you could be telling up to 18 inches, but the coverage is way more wider. So if we go back here, you know, Western Mass could get up to 4 to 8 inches. Central Mass maybe up to a coating to 1 to 2 inches. Connecticut, Western Connecticut maybe up to 2 to 4 inches. Central Connecticut, where the mountains are, maybe an inch or two. North of New York City, maybe 1 to 2 inches. New York might get a few flakes. It's just all depends. Eastern New Jersey, Western New Jersey, Central New Jersey, up to 1 to 3 inches. Eastern PA is very weird how this looks, but I'll say about anywhere 1 to 3 inches. Central PA, 4 to maybe 8 inches. North of just the Poconos or just about the Poconos, Poconos on north, 6 to 8 inches potentially. Back in really central PA, maybe 2 to 4 inches. Northern PA line with New York, up north New York, up to maybe 8 to 12 inches from all the way into the Vermont, the mountains. So this has really turned into a very large winter storm. If we go back to the 18Z of last night, look at the differences. The totals have cranked up. Just a much more of a very large winter storm than expected. All right. We're going to now take a look at the NAM model. And I do not want to look at the snow. All right. So this is the NAM 3 cam, a brand new fresh run 2 on that. We're going to run through this a little bit more quicker. But there it is. That snow really cranks. And you get a full out snowstorm by Sunday late midnight into Monday morning. Everybody dealing with the snow, even further, way further to the east and south than the her. And I do not know what my pen is on the highest mode. You can tell huge winter storm in the box I'm doing. Eastern PA, Central New Jersey, even closing in on New York City, Western Connecticut, almost into Central Mass, New Hampshire, the Western Maine, really seeing that snow. Look at this. This is a very large storm with a low, a little bit more stronger, and just near Long Island right at this point. Bringing in the winds, bringing in the snow. It's crazy how this has really turned into such a huge snow event. And even New York can end as some snow, and even like Eastern Connecticut, Long Island, maybe reaching a few flakes. New Hampshire, maybe all New Hampshire seeing a few flakes. Maine seeing a few flakes. This is such a large winter storm on the NAM, much more east and south, and that's going to be some of the stuff we need to picture out. But the winds will be quite gusty. Look at this. You got winds along the coast up to 60 miles an hour. Very strong in that back end too. So big wind event, the snow event, very big. Everyone in Eastern PA seeing up to 2 to 4 inches. Central PA, 2 to 4. Northern PA, 6 to 10 inches. I would say New York up to about 10 to 15 inches. Central Mass 1 to 3 inches. New York maybe a coating. New Jersey 2 to 4 inches. Western Connecticut 2 to 4 inches. The Vermont area, New Hampshire, once again 6 to 8. 12 to 18 inches. My bad. In the valleys, it would be like that 8 inches. There's that other model. we go into the wrap model. We're gonna start going by these models a little bit more quicker because we covered most of the major models. You can tell that snow, once again, just like the NAM, very large winter storm. This is the NAM, the other NAM. We're just gonna go by this really quick. You can tell with the snow, boom, and none. So pretty much all the models are agreeing at this point what is to expect. The total snowfall out of the 6Z this morning run of the Euro. The Poconos seeing up to potentially 3 to 6 inches. Northern PA 3 to 6 inches. Central PA 2 to 4 inches. New Jersey 1 to 2 inches. New York maybe seeing a few flakes. Eastern Connecticut 1 to 3. Central Mass 1 to 2. Western Mass 2 to 4. The Vermont, Maine area, New Hampshire seeing up to 8 to 16 inches of snow. Upstate New York maybe up to 6 to 10 inches. So a little bit less with the Euro. But once again, very large coverage. If we go compared to the 0Z, nothing really different. Just a little bit more snow back in central PA. Um, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's look at the GFS. You can tell once again that line will make it all the way into Eastern PA, and there it is. That line, just like the NAM model, very large nor'easter. I mean, big snows are very possible now. I mean, you're looking at GFS cranking out with the 6Z run, 3 to 5 inches, all the way closing to the I-78 corridor. It's Western Mass up to maybe 5 inches. Northern Pennsylvania up to 3 to 6 inches, maybe up to even 7. The New York area, once again, 3 to 6. Some spots maybe 6 to 10. Western Mass up to 6 to 12 inches. Once again, the Vermont, Connecticut area up to maybe 6 to 18 inches in the valleys. Maybe 18 to 20 in the mountains. Very large winter storm on all the models. So keep that in mind. We look at some of the mesoscales quickly before I have to dip. You can tell once again, this turns into a very large winter storm. I mean, all the models are really now showing a winter storm side to this. We go into another model, you can tell, boom, that back in snow. The other model, a little bit less on this model though. The R gem, we looked at the 6Z because it's not fully out yet. That back end snow, not as far south and east as some of the other models, but pretty much that is it with the models. I'm going to show you guys the wide view of this on the satellite imagery and show you guys how large the storm is really. This is such a large storm with a lot of moisture. I mean, look at this. This just plummeting into the northeast. And I'm going to be very curious tonight showing this when the low is starting to really form off the East Coast and stuff. That's pretty much it. I would say I don't really got anything else. I mean, we can look at the newest 14Z. Oh, no, that's not even near out. What about the 13Z? I think I already started to showing that. You can tell with that snow line. Compare, I guess, 12Z with it. Yeah, nothing really changed on that. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna head off, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will potentially make a video in the afternoon because if this gets posted enough early, I might make another video this afternoon, late afternoon, and then do one in the night. We will see. But I'm going to head off, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll check in with y'all later.